Hey, Monkey King, what's up? Hey, I'm gonna try and wait for a few more people to get in here, and then we'll crack some quarters and see if we can get lucky. Hopefully, we'll get a few. Once I start going, what I'll probably do is take this camera and lower it down so we can watch. Then, then I might just switch to the scope to see if we find any errors or anything. Whoops, almost knocked stuff over. Nickel and dime, how you doing, sir? Did anybody see my post on the community? I know it was probably it's like an hour and a half notification, maybe 2 hours, or you just happen to see me pop up. It we got a few, just a couple more. Oh, there's the Monkey King. How you doing, Monkey? What you got there?
Some Coinstar finds from last night and this morning.
Cool.
The top two on my fingertips are two foreign coins, the Canadian and Bahamas, and then the rest of it is clad. I think the oldest nickel was a 60.
Hey, money is money. Cool.
It's free money, guys. I'm like, you know when the best times to search this stuff is during
I
the
don't.
holidays,
Oh, yeah, I guess I never thought of that.
because like with Valentine's coming up and St. Patty's Day next month. People are gonna empty their piggy banks into the Coinstar.
Yep.
I'd rather just like let me offer to buy their banks off of them.
How you doing? Whatever. Um, I just kind of let you know they started a little heart condition I got going on, so they started me on some new medication. So I'm a little lethargic. Hey, Bill Snodgrass, how you doing, sir? So,
What's up, nickel and dime, whatever, and Bill?
so if I happen to get a little like, that's why. I last night I
Totally
took the pill.
understandable.
Boy, I went, ugh, man, I was out. But we got to figure out what's going on here. Yeah, it's
Right.
hard for me to go from the car, just walking from the car to or walking from my house to the mailbox. It's like a block away, and I'm like, I mean, I know I'm fat and old, but geez. So I've got a lot of tests coming up. See if we can pin down exactly what's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. My wife's already, and you see, I told you, but what can I say to her? Things happen. You get older, stuff start. This heart's been pumping almost 65 years. So, I mean, as you can see, I'm wearing a. I didn't even realize it was showing, but I don't really care. It's a 48-hour heart monitor that I got to wear, and then they drop it off. They download all the information on it and see what they can see. And I got a little list that I keep track of what's going on. If I get out of
Right.
breath or my heart starts palpitating or anything like that, I'm supposed to note it, what time it was. And they'll try and sync it up with my little my little heart monitor thing. So, oh, hi James Schultz. I didn't see you sneak in there. Let me see. Let's see if I can post that. Paste. I'm thinking that Will probably will hop in at any time. I'll give it just a couple more minutes. I've got everybody's well, like the seals. I do have some quarters. Last quarter hunt, we did pretty good. I think we found that leaky bucket. It was really an. I still, matter of fact, I still have it sitting here on the flip because I like looking at it. I'm hoping maybe for a couple of
Right.
W's it would. Uh, oh, I even found a silver last time. I got so excited when I saw it. I'm trying to hold the camera. and trying to flip the little roll back and grab it. I got so excited I dropped it, and I was like, you know, you just don't see silver that much in quarters anymore. So when you see it, you kind of get excited. Well, anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and drop this camera down to the desk, and hopefully, let's see, hopefully we can at least see something. Yeah, I've got two boxes of pennies behind me, and I don't know. Uh, I probably will do some. I think I'll do about 20 rolls of quarters, but I can already see by looking there is definitely no silver. Mm-mm-mm-mm. So, oops. Yeah.
Do
Oh
you
well.
get a lot of Philadelphia,
Yeah,
or do you
actually,
see
I've
more
been getting a
Denver?
lot of Philadelphia's. I've been getting a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, for a while there, I was getting a lot of Denver's, but now it's like, okay. I mean, the first quarter I pick up, I don't know if you can see it. There it is. It's a Philadelphia.
Philly, yeah.
Yeah, I was talking to Diggin' Dave the other day. Oh, look at this. I don't believe it.
Did you get a W?
It is a river. Oops. River of no
There
return.
you go.
And we turn it over. Ah, you know something? Let me do a little quick pop it up here
Throw
on the
the
screen.
scope up.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I'm doing. There's the
I
scope.
can't
At
wait to be
least, I
able to
mean,
start doing that.
oh man,
Was it
I'm
Denver?
sorry. I, oh, my eyes deceived me. It's a Denver. Oh, I
Yeah.
thought the first roll. Oh, that would just crank Eagle Hoarder's butt.
I haven't found a W yet this year, so you
Really?
know,
I found. I think I found three so far this year, and I haven't really searched. I've only searched maybe, I don't know, maybe $300-400 in quarters. I haven't even bought boxes. Junk.
I just do a $40, hunt from the laundromat, and that's where I found them. And I found two at my job's vending machines, um, and then like a month apart from each other. And then I found two at one laundromat, and then I ended up finding one on New Year's Eve night. Um, while doing laundry, I ended up finding a river no return.
I, it's funny. Your eye, how your eyes can deceive you. I mean, I
Mm-hmm.
swear I looked down there and I could have swore that was a W. It's like, yeah, well, as Will would go, wah wah wah. And there's a. I know it's kind of. I can try and pull this thing down a little bit
Yeah,
further.
well, yeah. For me, I'm out on the West Coast, and I hardly ever see Philly, and if I do, I'm pulling it because for us out here, that's like, ooh, nice, holy grail. We got a possibility of an error.
Man, it is weird. You set this thing down just at the right angle, and that Denver looks like a W. That
Mm-hmm.
D.
Yeah, it deceived me the other day, like this past weekend, because I was doing laundry and I can't, I looked at it, I was like, because I seen the reverse first and I flipped it over and I was like, no, that's not a dude. I had to do a double take on it.
Well, the last one I found was a
Hello,
well
Andrew.
it was the bat quarter, and Will was online. Hey Andrew, how you doing, sir? He had just, I mean, popped in like 5 minutes before that, and I go, no, there's no way. And I even said, oh, American Eagle Hoarder's gonna be so upset, and I flipped
Oh,
that
he
switch.
gonna kill, he gonna crucify us. I found two of them last year.
Yeah, but he keeps finding. I need the War of the Pacific.
Mhm.
That's the only one I don't have, and he found one
I
the other
need
day.
AM PM more.
Oh my God, it is just so nice.
Hmm.
Yeah, you get that thing.
And just think about this, guys and gals, is that these quarters are still being found in circulation. You know,
Yeah,
three
and there was
years,
only 2 million
three
of them
years
made.
after the fact, 4 years after the fact. You know,
Yeah, which
it's
tells you
gonna.
that
It's.
a lot of people still don't know about them.
Mhm.
Because I'm pulling out
And
every single one of them I find.
I'm the only coin person at my job. No one cared. Like when I first started there, they had the theoretical question is, if I won the lottery, if I gave you $1 million, how would you want it? And I told them, give me quarters, pennies, nickels, and dimes. He's like, you'll take $1 million in pennies? I go, yes, sir.
Yeah. Might take me a couple of years. Hey Dan, how you doing?
Oh,
Hey,
I
I
I
love that.
I'd crack out up on them and just
Yeah,
but
Dan's Smoking Treasures. You should check him out.
mm-hmm.
He's got some really. If you like barbecue, he has got some really good recipes.
Let's
I'm
check them
still
out.
trying to figure out what he did, what he puts in his secret ingredients
What's
there.
up, AK Grizz?
But
What's up, BH Ringer?
I really love that those little miniature little meatloaf, the little miniature
Mm-hmm.
meatloaf things. Oh, I was just like, remind me. I mean, that's one thing I can make pretty good too. I never thought about putting them in a pan and putting them on the grill to cook. I just never thought of that.
I think you might want to check out my Thanksgiving little stream that I did a couple years ago. Um, Prior to all the current stuff that I'm going through, but I did an apple maple whiskey turkey.
Really.
Oh, yeah. The first time I ever did it, I did a honey maple whiskey turkey. Oh my
Well,
god, that
he
thing came out.
one of the videos that I saw, he did a what the he injected. Oh shoot, I can't remember now.
Yeah.
Right into the pork loin, and I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I'm sitting there watching this thing, and my mouth is watering. I put it. My comment is, "What time is dinner?"
Right.
It's like, oh,
So my
but
so the reason why I end up making a bird for Thanksgiving was is my grandmother at the time didn't want to make the bird. I was
hmm
like, you know what? I'm gonna step up to the plate and I'm gonna make a bird. You know, Grandma did her. She still cooked, but she did more of the sides and vegetables and whatnot.
right.
You know, and so I ended up having I had to brine the bird for I brined the bird for less than 12 hours. Okay, and after I got ready to pull it off the rack after it was done and cooked, um, I went to pick it up off the rack and I used two forks and I was just gonna lift it and put it on the platter. I
hmm
pulled the bone clean off the carcass
Oh,
and I said, I'm not moving this, guys. And they're like, why? I said, you see what I'm holding? They're like, what? It was the most oh, so epic, so epic. The apple one turned out good too.
let's see who asked that. On the coin hunt. Oh, AK Grizz. No luck yet. This is only like the third roll I've hit. Nothing yet. I only have like about 20 rolls. I got a whole box, or I got two boxes of pennies. I'm sure I'll go through some of them. Um, I probably won't go through maybe 10 rolls, 20 probably at the most, because I know most people don't like pennies and it's boring to watch.
Is it bank wrapped or customer wrapped?
bank.
Still pretty good.
Yeah, it's really hard for whatever
Yeah,
reason down
for
here
the
to get customer wrapped. It's like the bank that I usually get these from, they don't accept if you bring it in wrapped. They will turn around and empty all your coins into their coin rollers or their coin
yeah,
counter
yeah.
because they don't trust anybody.
No, well, I went into a gas station over here in my area and paid with two rolls of quarters. You know,
Right.
and they actually had to open them out and count them. Now that is good business practice because I did the same thing when I was working in a liquor store.
Mm.
So
See,
yeah,
another
for those
another
that
silly.
were for those weren't in here earlier, uh, I ended up scoring all this change last night and this morning from Coinstar.
I
I
always
end up
when
getting.
I'm yeah, go ahead.
I was just. I'll be quick. I only two foreigns, Bahama 1 cent and a Canadian dime.
See, I like those Canadian dimes. A lot of time, I sent a bunch of them to Will's daughter, Kira.
Mhm.
She likes Canadians for whatever, and I had a I won't say I had a whole bunch, but I had a fair amount of them, and I sent her a bunch of them last year for her birthday. Some pennies and some nickels and quarters and whatever.
Yeah.
And she likes them. She collects them. And, well, Will told me she just throws them in her dresser drawer is really what she does with them. And then some of the penny rolls that I sent her, they were like years of certain, the whole row is a certain year of whatever it was I sent her. And I sent her a couple, I know a couple of rolls in the 40s. And I don't know, Will said that the roll busted open. And I says, well, it doesn't surprise me. My grandfather, those were my grandfathers. And he rolled them probably up in the 50s or 60s.
So oh man.
So, I
Oh, I
mean,
would.
several years.
Did they at least go through it after it busted open?
I don't know if she did or not. Will wouldn't have because Will doesn't really care for pennies. Especially, I mean, he doesn't like pennies as
I
it
think
is.
I think there might be an error if it's 42. It might be an error. I'd have to. I got a
No,
couple of friends that are.
no, Keith, no silver yet. No silver, no West Points. Just a lot of junky clad. No airs.
No W's.
No,
And as as Will would say, eh, eh, what was the one button he would push when I'd say the elusive bat?
yep. I can't find the War of the Pacific. He can't find the bat quarter. It's weird how that works.
And I'm like you, Cat Taz. I'm missing AMP and War in the Pacific. Those are the only two I'm missing to make one full set of both sets.
Yeah, all I'm missing is just that one. And I mean, I know I could get it from Will, but and then I could have a full set because
Yeah.
I actually found a roll and I bought a roll when I was up at Grove.
Mhm.
I actually bought a couple of rolls of quarters. Somebody had one roll I picked. I went through and I found two back quarters in one roll. And boy, did I! Oh, and of course, I teased Will about it. So, needless to say, now it's he. Anytime he finds a
There's,
War of the Pacific, he does the same thing.
I think there might be a repunch mint mark for that one. Whatever.
On which one?
Look at this almoster. Uh, as trying to get this right.
Let's see. Can I bring that?
It's folded. I'm sorry. It's creased, but it's one
Oh, that's
six nine. There you go. So if the two, if the six would have, if the two would have been a six, and then eight would have been a nine, it'd have been a quad nine bookender.
look at this one.
Oh, nice 5 9s, dude. Nice.
Yeah, that was I saw that my son found it. And since he knows that I collect them, I wonder if
Right.
actually this one's bigger. I'm gonna leave it on that one because you can see the coins a little better. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. Well, if anybody was paying attention, now they know what city I live in. And it doesn't matter. I mean, if I ever send anything, you're going to know exactly where I live because I don't have a P.O. box.
Right. Well, I have a PO box, but that's people know exactly where I'm. I'm as far north as you can get before the border.
Well, you're way up there.
Yeah.
So
I'm
you're up
about.
past Bellingham.
I'm in Bellingham.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah,
2 hours north of Seattle. I'm like 40 minutes from Vancouver, Canada, and I don't have a passport, so I can't go over the border. Crap, there's 13 other Coin Stars I could hit up on top of the 11 in my area.
yeah. I've got. I haven't been to Canada since wow. Uh, Probably 1969. I think
Let's
that
see.
was the last time I was
When
there. Hi, Johnson family.
I think I want to say late 80s, early 90s. My grandparents took us on a road trip, and we went all the way back to the East Coast. We went to like Gettysburg, um, all of that, all that historical stuff. And we had actually gone over to Ontario, Canada, uh, and looked at Niagara from the U.S. side and the Canadian side. So I've been into Canada. I just, on the East Coast.
You just haven't been on the West Coast side.
Yeah. But I am working on trying to get back down south to where I'm originally from. Uh, Not per se my hometown, but I've got an opportunity that I need to
Well,
strike.
usually the further south you go, the warmer you get.
True.
And was it right now? Oh, yeah, yeah, it's a blistering 37 degrees here today.
Yeah, it was cold this morning.
When I went up to the bank to pick up these quarters, it was 27 degrees at 10:30 this morning.
What's up, Johnson family?
Yeah, so I got two people from Alaska in here. I know
I
one
knew
of
I
them.
knew a
Go ahead.
I knew a Marine that was from Juneau, and this was back in the time when Sarah Palin was running for office. I was like, I gave him the nickname Palin, and he didn't like it. And he was big, he big buff guy, but he never swung on me. And I was like, dude, I'm just doing the Yankee can. You're from Alaska. It's just ironic.
Let's show that. There, if anybody feel like answering that, what do you think is it would be worth saving 2020 to 2022 coins that are as perfect as you can find and just keep them in a container? Um, It's a lot of saving, collecting is each person's
Yeah.
personal preference.
Uh,
Eventually, I think eventually, and I mean, I don't know if I'm going to see it in my day, but eventually, the U.S. is, and I think most of the world is not going to have currency. I think that they are going to have,
it eventually go to digital.
yep, I really believe that
But
because
here's the problem. Here's the problem with the whole digital is okay. Is if we end up getting a sun flare big enough to knock
they'll
our
take us down.
magnetic, yeah, to take our magnetic sphere down, everything that we're currently using is done for.
Yep,
Just saying.
that
So
is true.
it, it it'll either be run the digital currency till till that day happens, and then it's gonna have to go back to making currency and redoing this stuff all over again.
Well, at least
It's
I
okay
do.
going
I
back to
mean,
caveman.
that's why I like to collect dimes and uh, s-
Yeah,
silver dimes and quarters. I
whatever.
mean, even
Here,
you use them for it's trade and barter, because people can always
I'm working on this.
Lincoln cents.
Yeah, this is my Lincoln album. You have an '09 VDD, missing the S VDD. But
Yeah,
I
the
collect. This goes to 2007. I do have quarters, Whitman, push down quarter uh, album, and then I have my typeset. This one is my pride and joy.
yeah, I've got a
And
1909 all the way to 1974 book. I have every penny except the SVDB. I've
yeah,
got every other one. I actually had someone offer me money for it, but I laughed at it when they told me what they wanted to offer me. I just I don't think so.
yeah, Johnson. My grandfather and my dad were both Marines, so I'm, I'm used to servicemen and my hometown where my mom's parents lived. It was just north of a big military base down there, and you know when the men and women get time to go and leave the base, they come in droves, and you just got to respect people for being people and knowing what situation you're in. You know.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, collecting is going to explode extremely. And just think about this, okay? England just lost the Queen, okay, and they're still in transition of changing the currency to the king, but you know
It's a
like
big
Canada, they
process.
don't do pennies no more. Watch what happens when we stop doing pennies. Even the zinc stuff is going to be a little bit of value, but the coppers from 82 and prior are going to be worth a little more.
Um, and to answer Keith's question, I have a nice little small set of the 2009s. Um, because just because they were the transition period between uh, the memorials to the shield, but I just didn't really care for them that much. But
Yeah.
I went ahead and saved some of them, and every once
Well,
in a while, if I see a really nice one, I'll throw it off to the side and hold on to it.
Keith, I hold on to 2009 2010, 2011, 2012 because doing my quarter hunts at the laundromat, um, I end up, I don't see a lot of those years as often. I got lucky this past weekend and was able to fill a slot in my statehood quarters. It was a 2009, but it was a filly. It was a filly. I was like, woohoo! I got a 2009 and a filly. Double score.
Yeah, I guess I just don't really look at them that much. Um, they say I've already got that penny book. I thought about starting another one, but there's some of those pennies are just so expensive.
I did
Especially,
I
well,
did buy
obviously,
2 albums.
what's
I
that?
bought I did buy 2 albums just recently. Um, I one of the channels I know, he had the Morgan album available, and then he went to look in his safe for another album, and he ended up coming across the second volume to the Morgan and offered it up to me for the same price. I was like, dude, yeah, I'll take it. They're both Dansco, so you can find a Dansco, especially like Morgan's Barbers or the typesets or anything like that. They're not going to be making those anymore. They're going to be focusing on the statehood quarters, the newer stuff, with the woman history quarters.
Let's see. This is the first War of the Pacific Quarter I found, and let's see. Yeah, it's a Denver, of course. Oh, I'd love to find that, especially if ex- I would love to find it right when Will's on. I mean, the last one he found, oh my God, it was in such good shape.
You know he's racing through the house going, "Cat, rat."
Yeah, yeah, he would definitely. I mean, I just like we tease him about the back quarter because he can't find it. He does the same thing. He's got like five
Yeah,
War
Keith,
Pacifics.
you'd be surprised.
Well,
And,
let us
and
know
you
what you
know,
find,
if you,
Keith. He's gonna run to the coin store.
yeah,
Go ahead.
I found I have in my Lincoln album, uh, in the album I showed, I do have a Coinstar find
Oh,
that I had found here, and
yeah.
it was the
That looks that looks
69S.
like silver, but I'll bet you
No,
you see it.
it was a
I'll
oh
bet you it. You see it right there in the middle.
yeah, Canadian.
That's what my guess is.
It's like
That's
Bahamas.
a beautiful quarter. Nope, it is from the Commonwealth of the Bahamas.
Yeah, I saw the Marlin on the back side. Pretty cool.
I mean, it is a nice looking coin.
That's in good condition for 13 years old
2007. I
or
mean, it would be
14
a
years
little
old.
better. Of course, you listen. It's
Yeah, it's
clunk,
copper.
clunk, clunk. I'm not going to keep it.
Use that as a giveaway.
Yeah, I could hold it off. Hold it off for that.
You know, look, you technically not out the money. You know,
True, true. Somebody might, somebody might would like it.
yeah, I do. Whatever. I anything. I I search 83 and prior because the chances of finding that 83 copper, error is what I want.
Yeah, I would love to find that. I'm trying to figure out.
I gotta look at the video here.
No, I don't.
Another
I'm afraid
YouTube
if
friend.
I click on the YouTube live thing, I might throw this one off. So So 'cause I did something last time. I accidentally clicked on something and I knocked myself off.
Uh,
Got to check all those 2019s and 2020s.
hmm
I would
I
hate to
check
miss.
also. I also check to see if it's got a rotation.
No, you look for the rotation air.
hmm I just
You're,
bought last year. I ended up buying it. It was for my typeset. I did buy a 1913. I think it's a Philly um, Buffalo,
oh,
and it's got rotation on the back, and it is in. It's it's not in MS state, but it's in very good AU state because the detail is so good on it. Its only problem is it's got like the pock marks on the front,
right.
like the cancerous type stuff. But I'm like, it's just a
But I mean, it's going on a
just a
typeset.
nickel.
It's not.
Yeah, but
I thought that's in
the detail
1960.
is extremely good. Like I can see the rib cage on the buffalo.
Now this thing looked like somebody. Somebody. I mean, it's somebody rubbed the face. I know it's hard to see.
Oh, I see it now. Yeah.
Somebody really rubbed that face down. So somebody was sitting there doing this.
No, that looks more like. Yeah, true.
Either,
Yeah.
well, and I would think it was some. Well, there is one scratch. Yeah, they. Now I can see the
It's,
scratches on. Somebody scratched it off
yeah. I was gonna
just
say
to be
that it
different.
looked a little too uniform for someone to be sitting there twirling it. And that would take decades to do.
Well, I'm surprised I still got 12 people in.
What's up, Silver Addiction?
Yeah, that's now called silver. Yeah, if you look at it's silver edition. At least it was there for a while. It's like he was kicking everybody's
Oh
butt
no,
every single week on those rolls. Now
right?
it's Lori. Seems like Lori's the one that's really been doing so really good.
Look, you get hot spells, you get bad spells. It's not always gonna be hitting for you. When I did buy, you know, box, to be in the box battle or whatever fines is in it.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of times where I didn't get sober at all,
Oh,
but it,
very
I
seldom
just
do I ever get.
you never know until you look.
Yep. Well, it's
Now,
it's
granted,
it's not
I'm not
finding
putting
silver.
money up.
That they call it hunting. It's not.
Yeah,
That's why they call it hunting, not finding.
right.
Imagine if we'd been hunting rolls back in Warthus Pacific. It's a Denver. Hunting rolls back in like the early 70s, or
And
geez,
silver
I
was
would
a
say
lot more
90s.
prevalent.
Oh yeah, I mean you would have been finding Benjis and Walkers, and
Yeah.
you would have found probably
And
most of the
I'll put it
rolls.
this way: the silver would have still been plentiful well into the 80s and early 90s.
Well, I would say at least into the 80s anyway. Maybe
Yeah.
not so much the 90s.
No, it trail off by like 90, 91. But yeah, for the most part, the silver would have been a lot more.
Boy, that'd have really been if that would have been a leaky bucket, that'd have really been a nice quarter to have it. But I mean, eventually, I mean, when they first started, they had to be in, just like Mint State when they came off the presses and stuff.
I just saw a video of a friend of mine on YouTube. He had posted a 1941 Philadelphia Walker MS. 61, two, I think it was 61, but it was so, I mean, like it had never been touched by another. The fields were beautiful, like real proof, like fields, and almost not a cameo, but you can see, a little frost.
Yeah, I figured so we were at like 13, 14 here a little bit ago. Now we're down to 7. Yeah, it's a little boring.
Not everybody are coin nerds like us,
Yeah, true.
you know. Like I said, I'm the only person at my job that is a coin person, and I got one guy that kind of got interested in it, and he started got onto
Look,
YouTube, and he started seeing the that coin tube channel, the blue eyed dark haired guy,
right.
and he's like, "Have you heard about the? Yeah, I know about that coin." He's like, "Is it really worth that much?" I go, "Yes, it is really worth that much." He's like, "Holy what?" And I'm like,
Yeah, I mean,
"Not a
it
lot of
won't,
people know about this stuff, guys. Not a lot of people know." It, you'd be surprised at how many people don't know and don't really care.
I mean, I remember the longest time when I was probably well into my 50s. Because I remember searching with my grandfather, and everything we looked for when it came to silver was 64 and below.
Yeah.
He never
Uh,
said anything about
what's up,
65
Lori?
or 70. So how many of those did I let go through my hands?
Mm-hmm.
Well, how many 64s and older did I let go through my hands when I was a kid? Oh,
Back when you
there's
were a
Lori.
kid, the silver everything was silver.
Yeah, I mean, from the time I was born until I was 6 years old, everything was silver. There wasn't any clad. I mean, it was still. I mean, still had silver in it all the way up till I was what 12,
Lead, nickel, and dime.
at least for the quarters and halves anyway. I mean, for the halves on the 40%. No, no. Did it again.
My grandparents got me started young. Okay, I'm an '80s baby. I'm a 1980 baby. Right, and my grandparents at age 5, actually younger than that, they actually got us a bank account when I was like 4, 3 or 4. My brother was still a toddler, you know. Um, so I get all this stuff. I've had this stuff in my head since I'm young age, so I easily get into it better than others do.
When I was a kid, I don't remember how old I was. We would, my grandfather would go to the bank and bring home a white bag of pennies, and he would just say, "Okay, just grab a handful, start looking," and he'd say, "Look for anything," and he'd show us what a wheat back and stuff would look like, and then he says, "Okay, look at the dates," and I remember him always saying, "Look, if you see anything that's 1909 S, you hold it back and you let me look at it." I never did find. I found a 1909, but I never did find a 1909 S.
Right. But at least he was instructing you what to look for, you know.
Correct. And so even when I was a little kid, I knew about that 1909 SVDB guy, and
Yeah.
his book that he had. Like we have like the, oh, what are they? It was like the red book and stuff. I guess it was kind of
Mm-hmm.
like the red book of the day when it was or not manufactured. It was printed in 1966. So I was looking at it, I don't know, a couple of weeks ago, and I was reading into the prices of stuff, and like a 1909 S VDB was oh, what the heck, it was worth like $45 back in '60s. 45 bucks.
and I,
I mean,
it and that's for the higher grade, right?
yeah, that was it only went like
And it's
good,
not
very good,
you
and
can't pick that coin up
excellent or
for less
something.
than 1,500.
Oh,
That same grade.
I mean, they're selling I saw, because I look around on eBay and stuff, and you can find 1909 SVDBs. You can find them, but I mean, they got like G3s, and they want like $900 for a G3.
Nice score, Lori.
What'd she get?
A 1995 Olympic baseball coin.
Cool. Anything different is a good find.
Yeah, I, I found a starfish 1 cent Bahama penny and a Canadian dime last night today.
Yeah, that's funny. I found a Bahamas quarter today.
Yeah, granted they're all clad, and then that penny is not copper. Another zinc possible.
Ugh. There is definitely no silver whatsoever in that.
What's up, Scott?
Mr. Teskey, how you doing, sir?
Taz is striking out on the quarters.
Yeah, I got like 6 rolls of quarters left, and then I'll probably pop the box of the pennies and do some pennies. I already popped the
Another friend
box.
of mine.
Well, I popped one of the box. I always open it and take a quick look and make sure they're circulated.
Yeah,
Because the last thing I want is a box of 2022 pennies.
right.
That would just like, oh, ew, some funky stuff.
Like
Oh,
this area is a gold mine where I'm at. Like no one stacks here. No one's a collector. Everybody stacks bullion. So the coins get thrown away. Like I went in one day and I bought a nice red 1934 Wheatie for my album. And the guy's like, "You collect the link?" Is like, "Yeah." He's like, "I just bought an old collection. It had and I said, "Did it have the SBDB?" And he goes, "Yes." I said, "Can I see it?" I'm not gonna buy it. I'd like to see it. You know, let me get eyes on it and kind of gauge what kind of price range I'm looking at. Never got to see that.
last week is an auction where I got a ton of graded Benjis.
Nice.
That's Yeah. I do not have any full bell line Benjis. And
I'll just throw it out there. If anybody can find a 2009 San Francisco plaid proof set, hit me up. You can leave a comment and say, "Hey, I know where one's at." I'll get in contact. I currently have the P&D and the silver proof, the plaid proof.
not the business strike.
That is, well, that technically is the. I got the proof set, silver proof set, mint set.
But you're talking about the clad. That's a business
Yeah,
strike.
just the clad S. Yeah.
Sorry. Ugh.
I want to get those all graded. The mint sets, the box has not been opened, so when I do get them sent in for grading, I will be attempt to claim MS-70. This box is not open. if box, those mint set boxes are open, you can't technically
Yeah.
mint state because
Nope.
then altered. I can't open the proof set to see if there's anything like rotations or anything like that. Send it in as is to that. But the 2009, I'm gonna say this: the mint sets and the proof sets, and even the business strike sets, those pennies are 3.1 grams per copy. Circulation coins that we have for zinc.
Yeah, I picked up like 10 sets of the 1970.
D.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember if I think some. Oh, that's a D.
Well, the D and the S are
It's the mint set.
Okay. Well, mint sets are technically the Philly and the Denver.
Right, that's what I have.
Yeah.
So Will
The Philly 1970 is clad, but the Denver and the San Francisco 40%.
Yeah, well, I've got the Denver 40%er in with it, and all the rest of the coins are clad. But I have the set, the P and D set. And Will wanted, he's trying to put together a $20 roll of 1970s. Well, you're not going to find them in circulation. He doesn't want to spend, the 13 to 15 bucks for the coin. And I picked up the sets and I paid, I can't remember what I paid for them, probably 15 bucks or something. And I told him I just wanted to make a buck or two off him, and then he paid for the shipping. That way he'd have at least 10 more. He'd have, a roll of the halves. And at least with the ones he wouldn't need that much more, but he didn't want to pay the extra money. And I just said, well, I'm not gonna sell it just for the just for the 70. I know that's what you want, but I paid for all the rest of the stuff too. And it's like, no, can't do that. So anybody looking for a 1970 P&D set, mint set, let me know. I've got about 10, maybe, I don't know, maybe 11, something like that. 10, 11, 12, something like that. If not, I can just hold on because, I still got that 40% half in there. And I know a lot of people are looking for those to finish out a set or something.
Well, with my typeset album, if I stick to my guns and go for the key date / semi key date coins, if I do the key date, I'm looking at $500,000 to fill it.
Well, yeah.
In XF condition. I'm not trying to go for mint state or AUBU. I'm gonna cut it off at a certain, XF is the highest I would take for a good looking coin. Now, granted, I do have key dates in my type set. They're in fairly low condition, but I still have key dates. My 1912 S V nickel I picked up from another YouTube channel. People didn't want to bid on it. They threw out a bid, and I was the only one that threw out a bid.
Yeah, sometimes doing that, like some of these people do dollar and go. Sometimes that stuff backfires on them.
Yeah, and in its condition, really it's G3 G4. It's not in the best condition, but that coin in raw is $135 in that condition.
And
Yeah,
my two I've
I
got
got
two
it for
books.
less than just over, just under half that.
Yeah, the only book that I finished so far, I mean, completely, is my Silver Eagle book from '86 to 2021, and I had a place offer me 1,400, and I told them take a flying leap. The they're all BU Eagle, or yeah, they're all BUs, and I just know because you're gonna turn. Of course, it was at a shop. I never even showed it to him. He just knew I. We were talking, and I had mentioned I had one. I just finished it because I had actually had to buy. I needed a 2006. I had one in there, but it was not in good. It just had too much black on it, and it didn't look good. Yeah, little
It's
slick
silver.
on it, but it's
Yeah,
silver.
it's a 64, 64.
Nothing, nothing wrong with that.
I was like, yeah, that was a Coinstar find. A lot of times the Coinstar finds are not always going to be silver.
Yeah, most
Chances
of the time they're
are
not.
it's going to be clad. But like I said, the area that I'm currently in right now is a gold mine for coins because I don't care. I I've gotten Merc dimes, uh, a steel penny from the Coinstar, uh, Rosie dimes. Uh,
Yeah, I mean, usually if I find silver, most of the time it's usually a Canadian silver dime, which is fine with me. I mean, it's still silver. And I don't know. The last time I found something, I was standing there, and I was just about to walk up to the deal and take a quick look, and there's these two girls, younger girls, came up there, and they had like a little, I don't know, they had a little container of coins, and they're dumping them in, and I can hear the stuff dropping in the return bin. There wasn't a lot, but I could hear it. And so I waited and I waited and I waited. They finished it and they just pushed whatever it was that they wanted to get and turned around and walked away. I stood there. I moved up a little closer so no one could jump in front of me because I knew something had dropped in there. And I waited for a good minute or so, just in case they wanted to come back and take a look. And they never did. So I walked up there and I reached down, pulled it out, just held it in my hand, and then I was pushing the buttons to look, make it look like, oh, I'm just checking to see what the price is, what they're charging for service charge and all that stuff. And I just nah. And I turned around, walked outside, walk in my car, open my hand up, and there's two Lincoln, or no, no, they weren't Lincoln, they were Washington dimes. Two silver Washington dime. One was a 52, I think, and 50. I don't know. They were both in the 50s, 52, 58, something like that. And it's a couple of pennies, and I was just like, okay, well, I just made a couple of bucks just by checking in there. I just came home, dropped them in my little dime container, and said thank you very much. What else we got here? Yep. So Laura, you think is that Morgan or Peace Dollar yours on what is it, Sunday? Because the 4 ounce one, I'm sorry, the 4 ounce one's mine. That one's coming to my house. That's just plain and simple. Everybody might as well just give up because It's done. It's mine. Oy vey. Boy, these some tough. One more roll of quarters left. Ooh, tough, tough, tough. All right, but
Another friend of mine,
I'm gonna do some pennies after this.
uh, another friend of mine on YouTube, she ended up getting I want to say 20 or 15 or 20 rolls and got nothing. But we have a running joke. One night we're chatting and we were perusing eBay and we end up coming across a eBay seller trying to sell a 1997 Philadelphia plaid quarter for $1,500. So
This is my
the
last.
next,
Oops. Dimebag Darren. This is my last roll of quarters. I have not found anything. I thought I had found a W in my first roll, and it fooled me. I throw it under the scope, and it's a Denver. It, like wah wah wah. Sometimes your eyes play tricks on you.
fluorescent light
Silver.
does not do it justice.
You see, that's why I like the 2020s. I tell Will, I says, I just look for the V75. If I see a 2020, the V75 sticks out so much easier for me. Because, I mean, you got that
Oh
little
yeah.
circle, and you got a 7. He goes, well, I'd rather see the W first. I says, well, no, to each
Well,
his
and
own.
here's the thing. So let's just hypothetically think about this. If say not all 2 million of the W quarters get found by us coin search, and there are still W floating 10, 15, 20 years from now, that V75 might not be there. You know, because it's just a small engraving on that.
I kind of already looked through the top of the box here, and I didn't see any um, weedy ends. But I'm gonna do like 20 rolls, and I know I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna have to move my scope to check this stuff because my eyes are just not good enough to see some of
Oh
this
yeah.
stuff. So, and nobody really wants to see my face anyway, to be honest with you. Go to settings. I'm gonna move it over here.
You might have a grizzly goatee, but you're a good looking man.
Yeah, okay. I'll there you go. Since I still had it under the scope, there's my leaky bucket that I found earlier this week.
Oh, dude,
And if you look up here,
nice.
I guess yeah. Now see,
I don't see no snow on the roof.
mm, I think it's just damaged now because almost looked like there was a lizard up there. But that is a that bucket is almost completely dropped off. It's
And
full
that
on
one's a
top.
filly, right?
I do believe that is a yeah, 2015 Philadelphia.
See, hey, even AK Grizz says he thinks you're pretty.
Yeah, okay, that's all right. Back in my younger days, I was not a bad looking guy. I've been beat up over the years.
I shave off my goat and everything. I can go back to my teen years.
Well, if I shaved my beard off, I'd really scare the heck out of some people.
Oh
All
my
right,
gosh, that's not the hands I know.
you may not even recognize me because I don't think anybody's ever seen me without one. I know I shaved it off for a while, um, a time back. Well, ugh, yuck. Somebody was asking about the 2009. There's one of them. Now that one I would not keep. That is just too ugly, too beat up. Let me move that out of the way. Oh, where's my other? Got to need to grab my other bag. I try and separate the pennies from the quarters,
Yeah,
even though their
it's a
machine
pain to
shouldn't
resort.
know the difference. It's not necessarily true. So I got a
I
lot of
was
liquid.
list
Go ahead.
I was listening to this music channel on YouTube that I frequent, and yesterday, and we had a few people in the chat. We're just yucking it up, listening to music, and the host goes on a rant about the whole gender thing, and
Oh, okay.
it's in good. It was in good faith. It wasn't, but he ended up he ended up saying something on the live stream
Oop.
that one person said, "Hey, clip that." So he ended up clipping it himself. And later in the evening, I'm still listening, and he plays it again. I was like, "Dude, did someone mess with my phone?" Because I'm hearing this thing all over again.
The last thing you
Oh,
see under my scope there, I did find a Wheatie.
ooh,
We could play. Anybody want to guess what year? I mean, looking at the back,
44.
I'm guessing it's somewhere in the 40s. I
I'm
mean,
gonna
it
say
could be early
44.
50s, but I'm thinking it's in the 40s.
40 Philly.
I'll give you guys a couple seconds if anybody wants to guess. If not, I'll flip it over and we can go from there.
Lori's going 54.
54.
I said 44.
Yeah, I just know it's so boring that I figured, I'd give you guys at least something to get you a little energized because people are going in and out and
Silver
in and out.
Addiction. He going 52.
Alrighty. So let's see what she is. Oh, you're
Oh,
right between both of you.
wow. That beat for
1953 Philly.
50.
Yeah, that thing's been beat up. So I got little tubes here already set up for 50s, 40s, 30s, 20s, and teens. Little tubes that are already there ready. I want to find the 99 and the 2000 wide AM
Oh,
and the 92. The only one I found out of any of them is the 98 wide AM.
I would like to find the 92 personally. It's
I've had some that I thought were really close. When you look at one angle and it almost looks like they're touching, then you flip it around, and nope, you can get at the other angle and you can already tell it's like, no, there's no way. You can see the big old opening.
Yeah, AK. I would think so. The only people that wouldn't do that would be the people that are trying to collect those. So us collectors, we're trying to eliminate that issue before, with, like, say, key dates are the harder ones to get before you guys melt them.
Yeah, I personally think,
But I don't see copper. The only metal that anybody would probably melt would be the copper.
yeah, I mean, there's I know one of the dealer I go to, he's like
Mm-hmm.
80, oh, I don't know, 85, something like that. I don't know. He told me back in the like the 60s and 70s and stuff like that, that people used to just melt the silver quarters and dimes and halves and silver dollars because they never thought they were going to be worth anything. So I mean, millions, probably millions of pounds of those coins were just absolutely gone back in those days because nobody really thought. And this is
Well, look at
this
what
is
happened to
one.
the 33 double eagle.
Well, supposedly they a lot of them got people were being patriotic and turning them in to the bank.
Please let it
This
be
is
a
one
mule.
that
Please let it
irritates
be a
me.
mule.
Yeah, I always look at all the 59s just in case. Yeah, but it's not. But that's the one coin that irritates me because I see the five first, and I'm thinking I've got a Wheatie, and then it's like no nine.
Yep.
It's it's
But
I
there
don't know.
is there there's the theoretical mule 59 wheat.
Yeah, a lot of the I don't even know so much it was the Indians that did it, but yeah, they used a lot of the Indian heads for jewelry. They used people used Morgan dollars, uh, anything they could, to make jewelry. And
Yeah.
it just irritates me when I see that because I mean they just ruined it. Once it becomes a jeweled, or what do they call it, jeweled coin or something to that.
A
Here's a two
hold
thousand.
coin.
And well, I mean sometimes they just glue it around on something. Yeah, that was a 2000. That's a I need I needed a wide. Um, the value of it is just basically almost makes it worthless. I mean, it's still worth silver content, but any numistic value is gone as soon as you put it in jewelry.
Yeah. I got a couple of whole coins in my collection. My favorite one is my I think it's a 1906 Chilean coin. But
Hmm.
the only reason why I like it the most is because it's got a square hole.
Well, that's interesting, Lori. Um, I mean, you've seen me. I'm a little on the older side. Just like when it comes to turn in your guns and blah blah blah. That ain't gonna happen. Not for me. I will never voluntarily
But
hand that stuff over because they're gonna basically give you nothing for it, and they'll make millions off it, just like they did with the gold. They give you,
hey, Chaz,
20 cents or whatever. I'll just say 20 cents. I know it was more than that per ounce, and then they go to gold standard, and all of a sudden gold's at 24 cents or $24 an ounce. They just made billions of dollars on people being patriotic. I don't think that would happen again. I Some people would, but I think most people would go, you can kiss my butt. And
hey
not
Chaz,
voluntarily.
I gotta
All right,
hop off of here. I'm gonna head to work. Thanks for letting me come up and hang out, chit chat.
no problem. I see. I
Wish you
thought,
had better. Wish you had better luck on those quarters.
oh well, that's why they call it searching,
But
not finding.
all right,
You can't find
all
if
right,
you
bro.
don't search.
You have a good day,
All right,
man.
you have a good one. Thanks for popping in. So we're back to me, myself, and I in my head. So now I got to watch the chat a little bit more. Yeah, AK. I'm not saying that it's not beautiful art. I definitely would never say that. It's just that the numistic value, when you take coins like that and make them into jewelry, it just kills the numistic value. Hey, Muscle Shell, how you doing, sir? Yep, that's exactly how I feel it. Silver addition. All right, Monkey King, be safe. Have a nice day. Thanks for popping in. Yeah, I mean that's why this is a 92. Yeah. See how it looks like it's almost touching, but then when you turn it around, then you can see the opening. It's close, but no cigar. Yeah, 21 likes. See if we can get it to 25. That would be nice. 25 is a good number. Heck, 20 is a good number for me, but 25 would be nicer. I'll have somebody read it off for me because I don't have another program opened. I'm still playing with this stuff, so I'm still learning how to have an extra program open so I can. I don't have an extra screen right now. I know I need to get one. Uh, well, here's another 2009. You can barely tell. That's the old Lincoln log. A lot of environmental damage. But 2009. Another one I would not keep. Do, 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 do. What am I using? I'm using a Logitech HD 1080p. I forget exactly what it is. Or I could use the camera on my computer. But it doesn't. It's not a 1080p, and I can't tilt it down because it's attached to my computer. That's why I use the webcam, a separate webcam to point down. But since I'm doing pennies and I have a hard time seeing that small, that's why I have the scope up so I can help me see the date. Did you? I ordered mine through eBay. I think it was eBay, or it could have been Amazon. I can't remember. I think it was Amazon. Yeah, I just bought I bought like a $20 scope. It works. I mean, as you can see, I don't have any problem seeing with it. And some of these people that spend a couple $100 on scopes, I mean, I think that's just a waste of money. But that's me personally. All I need to do is see dates and mint marks and see if there's any errors or anything on it. See, I wish they'd come up with someday they could even the people in chat they could just have the microphone in and talk. Say, I personally hate typing because I'm not good at it. I didn't grow up with it. My typing skills are kind of limited. It's a lot better than it used to be, but it's still pretty limited. The information on the scope, is that what you're asking, Lori? I'm guessing that's what you're asking about. Yeah, okay. I mean, I've got the box over there because I don't remember the exact name of it. I'll have to, because I don't even think it's on. No, it just says Logi, unless it's on the inside. No. Yeah, no, it doesn't say it on there. But this scope is, I don't even have the name on the scope. I guess I should ask you, you talking about the webcam or the scope? I'm guessing. I think I already asked you, but I think you were talking about the scope, right? Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I bet you could basically go to Amazon or eBay and put in. Mine is just a Windows scope that I can just plug into the computer, and that doesn't need a program to run. You just plug it in, and it'll just automatically load itself, and you just. I mean, for me, stuff's got to be simple. Use the C coin. Okay. Yeah, it's in, when I'm done here, I'm sure. Uh, I'm sure I got your. I'm sure I have your address in there. I mean your email. I'll just. I'll just. I'll just search for your name, and then it'll come up. Ooh, what is it? Well, we got a 1982 Canadian King George. Max from Amazon. Yeah, you've got to be. For some reason, that name sounds familiar. I hope that it's not the one that they let you use it for a couple of hours, and then they want you to buy their program. You got to be, because I know I made that mistake the first time, because it was one that I could take pictures and make files and stuff of the coins. I did not get your package. Okay, I sent it. When did I send that? Yeah, it's just. Sorry about the. Knock it out. Jeez. Shut. The dog next door came out, so the one dog goes outside and barks at him at the fence, and it makes the other one. She's still laying on the bed. She barks from the inside of the house. Oh, it did come in. Was a pack everything okay, Lori? Oh, I did get. Oh, see, I looked up real quick and I thought you said you didn't. Was the package good? I tried to kind of staple everything together. Oh, look at this. We have another wheatie. Hmm. If anybody wants to guess on that one, I already cheat. The date was forward, so no, I will. I won't guess. So I already know what it is. Just just by looking at the back. Yeah, I'll let you look at that wheat stock. Oh, yeah, oh. And then I'll let you know that this is another one. Now, I didn't look at that one, but the first one is in the 40s. 44, 40. This one's a different one. I haven't looked at this one. And I'm looking at this. I usually try and look at the stocks, how worn down I'm guessing that one's in the 40s also. That's my guess is in the 40s also. See if anybody. Boy. Well, it's the first one is in 1945. So, Lori, you were one above, and James, you were one below. But you're both very close. Now, this one I have not looked at. This is a different one. If I had to guess, I would say that one's also in the 40s. You want to keep the same numbers you have, or would you? Yeah, you've been close both times. Both pennies. You've been 1 year off. Ew, I hate these shield pennies. They are so ugly. Yeah, let's flip her over and see what we got here. James says 44. AK says 52. Let's see. Silver Addiction. What did you have? 48. Okay, let's slide her under here. Beep, beep, beep. Another 45. Wow. Just to show you, there's there's both of them. There's the first one, 45, 45. Both of them were 45 Phillies. Pretty beat up, but you know something? That's all right. It's still worth a couple cents. I, I everybody's like they don't understand why I don't save copper. It's just yeah, I think it just takes up too much room. And I know eventually they'll probably be worth something, but I have no way of melting them down and making a bar or something. And technically, that's illegal. Oops. Well, let's see. That's three so far we found. That's not too. That's not too bad out of what? Uh, 8 rolls. Did I just find another one? Nope. That was the 60s. Still like to find that 92 close AM or 2000 and 99 wide AM. 69. Of course, the ultimate one is finding 1909 as VDB, which that ain't gonna happen. Too many people know about that penny. Yeah, that's true. It's only illegal if you get caught. Well, oh, here we go. Got another one. Actually, it's not illegal. It's really not illegal to melt them. It's illegal to melt them and then turn around and try to sell them as, a bar or whatever. I guess if you keep it yourself, it doesn't really matter, supposedly. I've never really looked up the law. This is just kind of what I've heard. So, and I've heard it from people who have been in the coin community a lot longer than myself. I only started back up probably a little over 2 years. Yeah, I did, Lori. And I'm assuming you have not opened those yet. I wouldn't. I know I would not open them. All right, so looking at the back of this one, I am definitely going to say it's going to be a 50s. If it's not, I'll be surprised. Yeah. Oh, now see, I got fooled. There's a 44. I really expected that to be. I really the condition the back was. I expect that'd be a 50s. And we'll just leave that under there for a little while. All right, AK, thank you for hopping in, sir. I'm probably going to do maybe, I don't know, 5 or 6 more rolls after this one and then probably call it. I know other people have other stuff to do and probably going to have some other streams they want to go see later. I know that I was talking to American Eagle Hoarder and he said that he picked up another couple of boxes. Of course, I'm going to yell at him for not coming in and visiting in my stream. Oh, now here you go. Here's another one. I hate when they get colored like that. I don't know. I was certainly off when I first saw it. The back, it was so worn. I was thinking 1930s, but I'm not sure. Yeah, after I do these other ones, I'm going to give away this Commonwealth of the Bahamas 2007 25 cent. Oh, my, sorry, my dogs are they they think they're killers like most dogs. Cookie, stop it. You're not impressing anybody. Certainly not me. And nobody else wants to hear you. Yeah, but I mean, I hope he has that 1909 SVDB because I mean, even in bad condition, those things are like $900. Yeah, let's see what we got here. We got okay, 52. See, and that's in worse condition than that 44. So, oops, got 5 more rolls, and then I'm gonna call it. I'll probably just whoever's in the chat, I will. Yeah, I know puppies are puppies. Yeah, we're down to 4 people, so the right now that GAW is getting down to like 25% of chance of winning. It's not going to take me too long to go through these other 4 rolls. Well, I'm almost done with this one. Another Canadian. That's still not the little head. It's still the big head. I think it's got to get 64 and below for the little head. Laria, something like that. Yeah, so I'm not really up on Canadian pennies too much. Hey Scott, how you doing? Back again. So I got about at, I'm almost finished with them. I got about 4 more rolls of pennies I'm gonna do, and then I've got a 2007 Bahamas quarter. It's actually pretty shiny. It's not silver. There's no doubt about that. But I figured I'd do that as a GA. I'll just little sailboat. 25 centers. And let's see. I mean, it's actually, you know, 15, 16 years old. It's in pretty good shape. Hey, John Chum, welcome. I'm working. Oh, okay. You're the lurky eyes. See who does that all the time. I can't think of his name right offhand. Of course, I'll remember it right after I'm done. I'll remember who it is. That likes to do the lurky eyes. I don't think I've ever seen him on. I know he does it on American Eagle Hoarders. I don't think he's ever been on my stream. Yep. Dude. Hmm. Boy, he's just not finding much. I don't know. He's had what 11, 12, 12 rolls. Found like 5 Wheaties. That's really not that bad. I know one thing. I know one thing I have not found is a proof penny. I'm kind of surprised as many pennies as I've gone through. I've never found a proof. Yep. And if we were playing that '70s show, looking for '70s pennies, and I find a ton of '70s. The strike they used on them is, I mean, I've seen some of the better strikes on pennies have been in the '70s. Even the '60s are pretty good. Oh, what do we got here? Oh, no, I thought it was a '92. Wanted to check it. Phew, not even getting anything to look at. Um, Lori, there's a app you can put on your phone or it, that's called CoinScope. Download that app, take a picture, go on to the app, take a picture of the coin, and it will search it for you, tell you what it is, what it's made of, what it's worth. That's what I use for my foreigns because I just literally, unless they're old and I know they're silver, I don't know anything about foreign coins. At least that's what I use. I'm sure there's some other apps out there, but I use CoinScope. Come on, let's find at least one more Wheatie. One more. We need one more. Up to 8. And we went from 25% down to 12.5% on the GAW. Not looking good. So probably what I'll do is after I finish these other, this is my last roll. I have more, but I probably will maybe come up early afternoon or something. I don't know about the weekend because there's so many people on. and I don't want to block like Walker or uh, Copperal or anything like that. Because a lot of times I go into their stream, so I don't want to block their stuff. Not that I don't need the hours, because I certainly do. I mean, I got most of the hours still left to go to get my. I think I got like 250 hours or something like that. So I need to do more live streams because you can pick up a pretty good amount of hours as long as you get some people into your stream to watch. I just don't know how much about the penny. They don't. Most people like watching half dollars and stuff like that. So that's why I don't have any luck with half dollars down where I live. I've been here. I've probably gone through 50 boxes since I've been down here, and I have found zero silver. So we're gonna switch back over here, back to settings, back to my webcam. There we go. Now you can look at the ugly face again. If the 70s has were worth big money, I'd be yeah, yeah, that's true. I mean, there are some that are worse than money. But anyway, what I thought I'd do is I don't know if people saw this under. I mean, it looks nice. It's a 2007 Bahamas quarter. It is not silver. I mean, it's whatever they made it out of. I have no idea, but it looks nice. Um, I don't want to keep. I don't want it. So I figure, however many people we got in here, I'm gonna grab a piece of paper. We have 9 people. I'm gonna give it about. I'll give it about 2 minutes. When I look up there in 2 minutes, however many people are in there, I will pick a number between that and that. Let me get to my timer. Clock. Stopwatch. Come on. You're not. Why are you not working? Okay. When uh, when I see that hit 2 minutes, however many numbers are in there, that's what I'm gonna write a number between that, and whoever is the closest to it, I'll just have them email me and send me the stuff. No, we're down to 6. I just give. Hey, Poker Rossi, how you doing, sir? Oh, down to 5. I guess nobody wants the Bahamas. Let me go to the big one. 6. Okay, go ahead. Everybody gets a chance to refresh. And I would like you need to be sub to me, and I really want you in chat because I'm going to see the number. I just want to make sure that you don't hit a number and then take off. I'm pretty sure everybody that the names there they look all familiar, and I'm pretty sure that you're all subbed. But please make sure you're subbed because I do check. 8. We have 8 people. All right. In 10 seconds, I will look and see what we have. All right, we're going to do a ga in. Okay, stop. All right, we have 8 people in chat. I'm going to write a number down. I have the number written down. Pick a number between 1 and 8 and go. Stop. Scott Teskey, congratulations. You got it right on the nose. I figured somebody was going to, I mean, it wasn't, it's possible somebody wouldn't get it. But there it is, number 4. First one I see is Scott Teskey. Thank you. Let me go to this, go to my banner. This is my email. Please email me your, I'm guessing Scott Teskey is what you, is, well, whatever you use there so I know what it is. And just say just put GAW quarter. Give me your address. Make sure you put your number, street, state, city, zip code, because I know somebody sent Will his name and his address and didn't give me a city, state, or zip code. And I will get that out to you quickly, probably within the. If I don't make it down to the post office tomorrow, it will be out definitely Monday morning because I get a doctor's appointment Monday, so I know for sure I'm going out. Got an envelope. So anyway, oops, get that. Anybody have any question or anything? I hope it wasn't too boring for you. I had fun. I wish would have had Mr. American Eagle Hoarder would have came up, or makes it so much easier when somebody else is talking and than you talking to yourself. Scott Teskey. Okay, I got you in a little envelope, all ready to go. Just when I get the name and address, I'll get it shipped out to you, sir. Oh, actually, okay. Glad I was able to catch the stream. I thank you very much, and I do appreciate everybody that came in. If you get a chance, if you would kind of share this out to people. I think I'm at 277 subs. So obviously everybody knows your object is to get to 1,000. I mean, I'm trying to get the hours, but I also need to get to 1,000. I don't care which one I get to first. I think I'd rather have the hours, to be honest with you. But subs would be nice too. Thank you, Scott. I will check that after I end the stream here. Does anybody have anything else they want to ask or anything? No. In case anybody wondering, when they see this up here, if you weren't here earlier, have a little maybe a little heart thing going on here. So this is a 48-hour monitor to see what my heart's doing. They gave me some medication and I'm kind of loopy a little bit. Not as bad as it was last night. Last night I almost passed out at the computer on Will's stream because it really kicked my booty. And that takes a lot because I got a big one. Anyway, all right. Looks like it's it. I do have probably 70, 80 videos up if you want to look at them. Please give me some watch time on that. Drop a comment on it and share it. That would be awesome. I'd appreciate it. Anyway, thank you everybody for coming in. I appreciate it. Hopefully, I'll be up in a maybe Monday, Tuesday next week. I'll make sure I will do an announcement in the community when I'm at and hopefully um, I only did like a 2 hour announcement, but I had to make sure I was able to get the quarters today. And I have to go to a different bank to get my quarters. They get upset when I go in there every single day to get them. I don't know why, but that's the way they are. So I try and abide by their rules. They say, come like every 3 or 4 days. It's not a big thing. So if I want to keep getting quarters from them, that's what I do. Since yep, everybody take care. You have a wonderful day, and thank you for coming. God bless you all. Be safe out there. Bye.